FamOver.
Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thao, FamOver TV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody out there on this good Wednesday. Hope everybody feeling good, good energy around, good love around, good vibes around. We got some good content to check out today. It should be a good show. We'll be talking about, are portals really real? Like, do they really exist? Is it a real thing, or is it just all talk? Is there any proof of it? What do y'all think? What do y'all believe? Do y'all think it's a real thing? Or what? We go see though. We go tap all the way into it. Check out some of these videos, man. Update on the war. Trizzy said everything. I guess they said they almost about to have a deal. They've been talking or something. So I guess they said they opened up the strait. They've been, I guess, letting some movement go through the Strait of Hormuz and things. And then they said that Trizzy got tankers coming over here to fill up on oil and everything, I guess. So I don't know, man. This shit just all crazy to me. I feel like if we got all that oil that you saying that we got over here, Trizzy, and this, we got good oil, a lot of oil and all this, then why are our prices so high still? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, make it make sense. But we gonna see, man. Salute to everybody in the building already. DJ was good, Buddha, Bay John, Amber, Midwest. What's up with everybody, man? Right, happy hump day. Hope everybody feeling real good. We gotta wait for a few more people to fall in and we'll get started, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all the latest news, all the latest videos that we do over here. Solo was good. Appreciate it, DJ. Appreciate it. Most definitely, man. So we gonna get into it, man. I find that like this portal, whole topic about these portals is just, it's an interesting topic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know if anybody ever, is there anybody out here that really witnessed it, like been through a portal that can speak on it? I be hearing all this stuff about the portals and everything. Like, also, like with the portals, can stuff come from the opposite direction to come into the portal? Like, I just got a lot of questions, man. Queen Libra was good. Salute to Queen Libra in the building. Let's get into it, man. I know people get to falling in once we start. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get this content going.
From President Trump saying China is very happy that I am permanently opening the Strait of Hormuz. I'm doing it for them also and the world. This situation will never happen again. They have agreed not to send weapons to Iran. All right, joining us now is Jonathan Saee with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much for taking the time, as always, to break this all down for us.
Hi, Christy. It's great to be with you again.
Let's just start with this news that just came out from the White House, that post there from President Trump speaking on the Strait of Hormuz. What's your initial reaction to that?
Well, it's no surprise that ultimately China wants the goods to the supply chain to still flow through the strait. Even though when we talk about the strait being closed or open, we should not be looking at it in black and white terms. This is something that Tehran was dictating as to who gets to pass, and Chinese vessels were allowed to cross. But that said, that doesn't mean the supply chain as a whole was resolved, which is ultimately something that China prefers for it to be open. Frankly, most countries in the world are still implicated by these economic challenges. So that's not necessarily a surprise. But let's see how effective this blockade will be, because the key term with any economic pressure, whether it's going to be sanctions or this naval blockade, is persistence. If the idea is for us to somehow build leverage, then it's going to take time. So that's going to be a bit challenging to want to end the war really soon, but at the same time be tapping into tools that are really for a long-term strategy. But we have to wait and see whether the administration is simply trying to build leverage for talks, or they're just using this blockade to deprive the regime of cash flow to maybe tap into something internal, might want to deprive the repression apparatus and the military establishment from a salary so they can get some internal fractures. We have to wait and see.
Donald Trump just made the biggest play in history. You know, Iran been in their feelings blocking off the Strait of Hormuz. So what does Trump do? He tells over 100 oil carriers to come to America to pick up some oil. Each one of these carriers holds about 2 million barrels of oil. Now, I don't know if he's going to be using a little bit of Venezuela oil. I don't even know if they even got that worked out yet. But America, if it's not one thing else, we sitting on oil. Now, everybody been crying about the economy. The economy this, the economy that. This will boost the fucking economy to the moon. Watch the stock market go up. Watch crypto go up. Watch the gas prices go down. Like, dude really be playing chess. Like, I didn't even see this coming. So, these oil carriers, and I think China too, is going to come to America to pick up oil, and watch everything skyrocket, bro. Like, oh my God, like, chef's kiss.
U.S. President.
Y'all think Trizzy running the play right now to boost the economy? Y'all think he up to some, or what y'all think? Or y'all think all this shit just driving us to chaos, or driving us under, or is it helping us? At the moment, it's looking like it's not helping us, you know, as far as like gas prices going up and prices of other things increasing and everything inflating. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this might be a bigger play for the bigger play. You know what I'm saying? Danny was good.
President Donald Trump says he thinks the Iran war is, quote, close to over.
You keep saying was. Is this war over?
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country.
So that's an interview with Fox Business that aired this morning. It's airing this morning. President Trump also said he asked Chinese President Xi Jinping not to supply weapons to Iran. President Trump also suggested yesterday talks with Iran and Pakistan could resume in the next 2 days. Tehran, though, says it has no information about new talks. Meanwhile, the U.S. military says its blockade of Iranian ports is now fully in effect.
He'll pepper. Bobby and I usually go to the meetings together, so he'll first start off with candy bars, that little candy jar he'll call it. He'll hit the red button, and then comes the diet soda pops, which is your dad argues that diet soda is good for him because it kills grass. It's poured on grass, so therefore it must kill cancer cells inside the body. So he'll try to, please. I'm not even going to argue this right now. We were on Air Force One the other day, and I walk in there because he wants to talk about something, and he's got an orange soft drink on his desk.
Fanta. He drinks Fanta.
That's what I didn't want to say the brand name on the podcast. He's got Fanta on the desk, and I say, "Are you kidding me?" So he starts to like sheepishly grin. He goes, "This stuff's good for me. It kills cancer cells." And then he tells me it's fresh squeezed. So how bad could it be for you?
Okay. But then maybe he's onto something, because I will say this. I know a lot of guys pushing 80.
Trizzy, crazy. Trizzy said he be drinking Diet Pepsis, Diet Cokes, Fanta oranges and everything. He said they kill cancer cells. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. That Trizzy ass is crazy. He is old as hell. He is older. And he don't eat healthy at all. He eat a lot of bullshit and everything. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let's keep it going, man. Plus Club in the building. What's good, my doggy?
These other countries get free healthcare, but the U.S. don't? Shit trash, bruh. Look at this shit. Why can't that be us? Mexican president has reportedly decided to roll out universal healthcare for all Mexicans. Around 130 million citizens will begin to receive free healthcare starting next year. And you mean to tell me the U.S. can't do this? No, we can. They just don't want to. They don't care, fool. And I know you're going to have people in the comments talking about, well, their healthcare system is not like ours. Ours is way better. You're missing the point, fool. It doesn't matter about that. This is just showing the fact that they care about their citizens.
Right.
Something that the U.S. don't, it seems like. Because they can easily do this. But instead, all our money is being spent over there on unnecessary shit. And you know what I'm talking about, in the Middle East.
Man, that's some bullshit right there. Like, I'm definitely, I definitely speak up for that for sure. Like, I definitely think we should have free healthcare over here. Universal healthcare for everybody. Like, that don't make no sense. And then they be talking all this shit. I be hearing Trizzy talking about, yeah, we the most powerful, richest country. All this shit and everything. Like, how? We're like, I don't understand. Yeah, we probably are because y'all taxing y'all own people to death. But if all these other people being able to have free healthcare, Mexico finna roll it out. Like, come on, man. Like, we supposed to have free healthcare. Who else got a lot of? I think, don't Canada got free healthcare too? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying, though? But we should be able to do that too, man. Salute the Plus Club in the building. Thank you. Appreciate it. You just gifted one membership. Let me see who got the membership. Danny, congratulations. You got the membership from Plus Club. Thank you so much, fam. And congratulations to Danny. Ace, what's good? Big Ant, what's good? Now, this right here is crazy, y'all. I told y'all the internet was going to find some more stuff out about that whole moon trip, the Artemis 2. I told you the internet is undefeated. Now they saying that this dude, they brought up old videos of him and everything, that one of the astronauts, he been in movies and everything, y'all. They saying he from Central Casting. Like, this right here just put more and more fuel and fluid on the fire there. All of conspiracy theories been saying, like, man, these motherfuckers fake.
TikTok, y'all gonna want to stick around for this one. Y'all remember when they said that 2 of the astronauts were Central Casting? Well, let's talk about it.
127th mission to the space station. Mike and Sonia, the 2 of the 4 American astronauts that are on that flight, they're right out of Central Casting.
So today is April 10th, and the Artemis 2 is set to splash down in the Pacific Ocean. Do you know what else?
Hey, you know what? My bad for stopping it. When that dude just said that, well, like, yeah, 2 of those astronauts, they right out of Central Casting. I don't believe he knew exactly what Central Casting was. He probably was just reading something, and he thinking these astronauts came from a branch called Central Casting, and he read this out loud, not knowing, like, motherfucker, you just exposed the whole play. He was like, yeah, 2 of those astronauts came out right out of Central Casting. Like, listen to it. I don't think he really knew what he was saying.
Mike and Sonia, the 2 of the 4 American astronauts that are on that flight, they're right out of Central Casting.
So today is April 10th, and the Artemis 2 is set to splash down in the Pacific Ocean. Do you know what else happened on April 10th? Here, let me show you. And also let me show you who was part of that Central Casting. On April 10th, 2024, this popular TV show, Fallout, aired. Now, the thing about Fallout is, I found one of those astronauts on this show. Meet Victor Glover, who's the pilot of Artemis 2. Do you know who else?
You know what? I think I remember seeing him on Fallout. I just watched Fallout not too long ago, man. Wow, Rough Rider, what up, fam?
Victor Glover is? Let's find out. Well, here's Victor Glover 2 years earlier as a cast member on that very famous show, Fallout, which aired April 10th, 2024. Now, when they tell you that they get them right out of central casting, they get them right out of central casting.
Damn.
Now, you might ask yourself, for those of you that don't know, what is central casting? Well, I give you the definition and then show you the company. Central casting, the department of a movie studio responsible for casting actors, especially viewed as a source of people who are stereotypical of their role in appearance, behavior, or nature. And look at the bottom, a politician right out of central casting. Now, if you look here, here's the company, Central Casting. It says Central Casting is the leading background actor casting company in the United States.
There you go, right there. Anybody want to join Central Casting? Y'all want to infiltrate, want to get into the system and see what's going on, see what type of jobs they going to be casting you for and everything, man. There you go, right there. CentralCasting.com. That shit, I can't believe it's like, that's easy. You just go to CentralCasting.com and right there, how to get work. That's crazy, man. I wonder what they gonna say now that this is exposed, though. Like, one of y'all astronauts right here is proof that he came straight from Central Casting, man. He been in movies and everything, man. So, and that's the same dude. What they go out, like, how they gonna explain this? Like, dog ain't no astronaut. Y'all think, like, come on, man. Right in front of our face. Supreme was good, fam.
We cast hundreds of roles on set every day. Sign up to be a background actor. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. I told you all, I'm trying to be a great producer like Spielberg, only for Central Casting.
I claimed like spraying some shit. Damn. Man, I did not know this many black women been coming up unalive in these crazy ass situations and everything. This is crazy, man. Stay safe out there. Ladies, all ladies. Stay safe. Dollar was good.
You feel me? Everything is transactional. You know, everybody's selling feet pictures. They got an OnlyFans page. They twerking on Instagram all day. And then you go look at these ladies' parents. These are the children of the crack era. So their culture and influence is just mainstream media nonsense. So, you know, when you look further into it, you know, they got the USAID program. When USAID was shut down, several record labels were also shut down because they were getting funded by USAID.
Damn.
If you want to attack a culture, first you remove the men and then you compromise the integrity of the women, that's going to cause a collapse. That's exactly what we have witnessed. And, you know, I gave up dating completely. You feel me? I said, I'm only going to date when I get to Apple. You feel me? And once I got here, it was a wise choice for me because, you know,
this is seriously crazy stuff. Well, so what do you think? How long have they been bringing children blood sacrifices to that pyramid?
More than 1,000 years.
My God.
More than 1,000 years. And I mean, and it's still going on today. I mean, there are still, I promise you, we have rescued children out of the most horrific of circumstances. And yes, there was pornography involved. Yes, there was all those things involved, but there's also too unbelievably horrible things that have to do with their blood and have to do with ritualistic, satanic things. And all of that is also tied into the Mayan culture. And it's been going on in that region for at least a millennia. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. So do the setup. Were you at the pyramid when you saw this being?
No, I wasn't. I had been at the pyramid. I had been there. But even at the hotel we stay at, there's a giant rock that has a giant's footprint in it. And it's part of the floor of the actual hotel where we stay at. There's giant sightings around there. There's giant footprints within the rocks. There's megalithic structures, and it's just part of the local culture down there. And the mythos of the narrative down there is that there are giants here. And I had really thought that most of that was just myth and things like that until I actually saw one, and that changes things.
Damn. What you mean you saw one? Is giants still out here, y'all? Because I'll be thinking it's like a thing of the past. Like, ain't no giants now. Is it giants out here right now? I think he was talking about some spot in Mexico, too. King Trap was good, fam. Is it like... I feel like in the era we living in right now with all this technology and everything, like if giants was out here somewhere, somebody would be getting we had some type of proof of it. It's like undeniably, like we can't, it's 2026. Like, come on now. We had some type of proof of it. I don't know though. Angela the Dow, the boss lady in the building. Salute to the boss lady. Hit that like button, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping. Let's keep it going.
Issue with eating fish from freshwater lakes in America. What are the health issues?
Health issues, yeah.
Eating fish from freshwater lakes in America. We've looked this up before. It's kind of stunning how much chemicals you get from a single fish that you would catch. So if you catch a trout from, a regular lake, you go to a lake, looks clean. I can see the bottom. Everything's fine. No. It's bad for you. In fact, I know a guy who is friends with someone who does a lot of fishing tournaments. So he goes to these fishing tournaments, catches a lot of fish, he eats a lot of fish, obviously. And he got horribly, horribly sick because of heavy metal poisoning.
Isn't that terrible?
Crazy. You think you're eating fresh fish that you've caught yourself. It's got to be good,
and
right?
It's got to be bad for the fish.
Eating U.S. freshwater fish can expose you to chemical contaminants like mercury and PFAS.
Yeah, they say like a lot of the fish is like full of mercury, a lot of fish. That's why they say don't eat a whole lot of fish. They're saying like the fish got a lot of mercury in it, y'all.
And if eaten undercooked or raw, it parasites and some bacteria. Most people can still eat freshwater fish safely if they follow local advisories and avoid high-risk groups, pregnant people, young children, eating too much. Main chemical risks, mercury, methylmercury. Nearly all wild fish contain some mercury, but levels in many U.S. freshwater fish can be high enough to harm a fetus or a young child's developing brain and nervous system if eaten often. That's crazy. PFAS, forever chemicals. Many U.S. freshwater fish have measurable PFAS and in some studies show widespread PFAS plus mercury in fish tissue at levels that pose health risks for frequent consumers. PFAS, we're all on medication.
Damn, that's crazy, man. It's so rough out here, man. It's like, it's hard to find anything to eat. If you ain't growing it like from the ground up all the way for yourself, you just never know, man. Like, you don't know. That's why you gotta grow everything. You gotta grow and harvest and raise your own cattle. You do everything. You gotta do everything. Produce everything you can produce yourself. Self-efficient. Sufficient. Moni was good. ATX, you said Joe one of them. A lot of people been saying Joe is compromised now, man. You think Joe Rogan compromised? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I haven't really saw anything that made me say, oh yeah, he compromised. Like he usually be trying to give out a little game or get to the bottom of things. So I don't know. He might be though. You never know in this world we living in.
Right now, did you use toothpaste with fluoride today? It blocks your pineal gland. And they put children on it, and we put our kids on it. You know, it's inside the deodorants that we use. It's all these things to create like a disconnect to God, to serve that. It's like, are you serving man? Or are you serving the one and only master?
What did they tell you when they said that they were going to put you on medication? What did they put you on? And what did they tell you?
One of my favorite things that they did is they put me on this medication that made me gain a lot of weight. And I said, I'm not going to take this. And they said, okay, we got a medication you can take where you won't gain weight. And this shows you they were trying to kill a superhero.
There is abundant evidence that we are being contacted, that civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time.
A lot of those toothpastes got fluoride in it. Like you got to check on your toothpaste. Check like they put a little round circle colored dot on the boxes, let you know like if it's natural or it's organic, you do it like all this type of stuff. You got to go find you some of that. It's toothpaste out there too with no fluoride. So you guys get you some natural toothpaste and everything. Like that shit crazy because I grew up my whole life just using the regular little toothpaste, like the regular shit, like Colgate, Crest, all that type of stuff. Like, just grew up using all that my whole life, not knowing like they putting this stuff in there and it's affecting us.
That their appearance is bizarre from any kind of traditional materialistic Western point of view, that these visitors use the technologies of consciousness. They use toroids, they use co-rotating magnetic disks for their propulsion systems. That seems to be a common denominator of the UFO phenomenon and how they can work, manipulate time and space locally so that they can have their own anti-gravity propulsion and their own field of energy that's isolated, gravitational field, electrogravitational field that's different.
Hey, that's what I use, hello. Or like, yeah, a lot of people say like baking soda and salt, peroxide, salt, whatever. But I'll be using the hello. I got some hello toothpaste for sure. But it's crazy, man. Hey, and did y'all see the news about it's another person that just recently just came up missing? One of those UFO specialist scientists that has some information and everything. That it's another one missing now. Not the dude that's from New Mexico, but it's somebody else now. I'm like, man, something definitely going on. Gen S was good.
Isn't it true that if people accepted the idea that aliens created or engineered the human species, that it would shake the very foundation and challenge the control that religion and religious structures play in our life?
The answer is yes and no. Religious traditions, yes. Spirituality, if you use that as a word for religion, no. Because the fact that you're a spiritual essence that's in a body, that when your body dies, the spiritual essence doesn't go away, is completely irrelevant to the fact that there are other sentient beings, intelligent sentient beings on other planets that also are spiritual essences that are embodying their bodies.
Was described Jay-Z and Beyonce being there on at least 3 occasions, laughing, directing, even killing when the moment felt right. Multiple witnesses described Beyonce stepping in for the final act on cornered victims, cold and deliberate. Another talked about skin taken afterward, human skin turned into leather for a tour outfit. We have names, dates, locations, credible enough to open a formal case. My team wanted to move fast, issue international arrest warrants, request Interpol red notices, question Jay-Z and Beyonce through diplomatic channels.
Wait.
Man, are you serious? That's crazy work, man. Like, I don't know, man. You know, we live in the times and like everybody trying to get views and likes. Like, you don't know if somebody's making this up, but I do be hearing a lot of strange things about J and B. But this right here is off the wall. Like, I done heard some of this type of stuff too, though, from other people speaking on it. But come on now. You heard what he just said?
Occasions, laughing, directing, even killing when the moment felt right. Multiple witnesses described Beyonce stepping in for the final act on cornered victims, cold and deliberate. Another talked about skin taken afterward, human skin turned into leather for a tour outfit. We have names, dates, locations, credible enough to open a formal case. My team wanted to move fast, issue international arrest warrants, request Interpol red notices, question Jay-Z and Beyonce through diplomatic channels.
Wait, what did he just say?
There's going to be people of means who are going.
That was crazy, man. That's crazy. But like I said, that ain't the first time I done heard some crazy stuff about J and B, man. That names be popping up in a lot of crazy stuff. The Druber was good. Blind to the BS was good, fam. You said contract worked out in New Mexico from the same site as those scientists. Also just went missing. I'm in New Mexico. I think that's probably the dude I'm talking about. They said another one just and not the McCaslin dude. It's a whole nother person. So it's probably him. That's crazy, man. All these scientists coming up missing, all these UFO specialists, high-ranking officials and scientists, all of a sudden coming up missing because they got information and know something. Like, it ain't no coincidence. Truth lady. Grandmother was good.
To travel. And then there's going to be people maybe who of lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own couch. But in many ways, it's actually going to create even more distance between those two people that psychologically, and I think that we've experienced this through social media, in many ways, it's brought people closer in certain ways, but actually created this remarkable divide because it's even more visible, actually, the divide in certain ways. There's going to be people.
I really hope you guys are paying attention because this is what rich people are literally planning the future for the rest of us. While we're all going to be stuck in apartments that we'll never be able to purchase, never be able to afford, wearing Oculus for our vacation time because we can't afford a real one because we got to go to work tomorrow.
Oculus, y'all, is virtual reality glasses. Oculus, like, you put the virtual reality glasses on, they saying that's how people gonna be taking vacations. I can see that happening in the future. That's like some futuristic shit. Like, we want to go over to Europe or something, or London, Paris, put the Oculus on, virtual reality, and actually go over there and see stuff and everything, but you ain't really over there. You sitting on your couch. Crazy work.
Because we have to work 7 days a week, 3 jobs just to pay that rent and that car payment and the gasoline to put in the car that you can't even afford in the first place, while the rich people are jet setting all over the world, enjoying themselves and having a good time, living like kings, while the rest of us, slaves, live like slaves. Stay safe. Stay free.
Independence Day is about them defeating our ancestors and pushing them away from the planet and closing the portal up. Then the year Y2K, the year 99 going to 2000 was when they gained access over the portal through the Vatican. Because the Vatican is actually built on one of the 3 major portals, which I was talking about this on my website the other night on the real history of Africa. How there is no such thing as Africa. Before it was called Africa, it was just another part of Atlantis. And there's 3 major portals on Atlantis. The biggest portal is in North America. This is why they made North America their capital. The USA is the most world power because of this portal that they built over her. Okay? And then the second biggest portal is in present day what they're calling Africa. Africa is connected to the North America. But they don't show that to you on the map because they show you the maps backwards.
Man, and that goes to where people be saying like you can go through the Grand Canyon and reach Africa and everything. He just said Africa is connected to North America. Is it? Of course, like on the maps, it don't show it like that. But like he just said, maybe it might. I don't know, y'all. They hide so much and don't tell us. We hide so much history from us and lie to us so much. Like, it's crazy. Jen S., thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for the support.
Upside down and all the way fucked up. All right, they got everything, states looking bigger than they are, cities, nothing on the map look like it look in real life. Nothing, everything is a completely different location. It's way bigger or smaller.
The gateways, again, fascinate me, these portals that may be out there.
The military builds bases on different ley lines around the planet, and they use these areas because of the energy signatures have been shown that these are gateways to other places in the universe.
Places that we want to go or places that we don't?
Well, that's not for me to say. All I know is there's these portals that are around the planet and in the oceans that are protected, that they're testing, and they are using these, and craft are coming in and out of these. Not to say there are craft, by the way.
Right.
But they are monitoring these, and they're trying to, reverse engineer these and duplicate these. And there's lots of, in the classified projects, lots of videos, documentation, and pictures, and briefings on, how these devices work. But it has to do with the energy of the planet is how they are operational.
Man, do y'all hear that? Do y'all think it's portals all over? Y'all heard what they just said? Said they did testing. They got documents, all type of stuff on it and everything. Like, they saying crafts is coming in and out of the portals, and it's not necessarily all our crafts. Like, this is crazy. I definitely believe like it'd be like spots that have like a lot of super energy spots all across the earth, all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that they either build around or build stuff around and everything. Like, it's a lot of places that got these super high vibrational energy places and everything. Definitely.
Look out. Here we go.
Last night or Saturday night, do you remember you pulled YouTube up on the living room television, and the guy, and he had some colorful language. He was wearing the red shirt or hoodie, talking about being in that area.
Yeah, and that
on a boat, on the river Euphrates, and he looked down into the water and saw something.
Crafts.
Well,
there were lights and crafts and beings,
creatures, entity, and it scared him so bad.
He saw some of them in chains.
Still in chains. According to him, he's still traumatized about it. He was a Marine, and all the guys that were with him, it traumatized him so bad that he's still very shaken up. This happened years ago. Still shaken up about it today. But Stargates, wow.
Stargates is the same longitude and latitude as where the Tigris runs in.
Where Daniel was.
Okay. Was it Mike who said, or was I hearing someone else say this, because it all runs together at some point, that, can't believe we're having this conversation like this is really happening, that
this is a preview of the Big Picture Prophecy Conference.
That Iran has opened.
When I brought it up to him, I said, I know I'm not supposed to go there, Stargate 10. And he said, but you just did. I said, I know I'm not supposed to, because he told me, don't ever bring it up again. Okay, wow. I brought it up 2 months ago. He said, don't bring it up. I can't talk about it.
That 2 months ago. Wow. Was it Mike who said, Iran has opened the Stargate, and we're over there to try to get it closed because they've opened it and they're allowing all these entities, all these whatever to come in, and we want it closed and we want it stopped. Is that
Yes,
part of our mission?
Yes, he did bring that up. Yes, he
Okay,
did.
it was him. Okay.
Yeah, it was. And then I said, whoa, Stargate 10. He goes, I'm not supposed to talk about that. And he said, don't ever bring it up again. I'm not supposed to talk about that. And then his mic went off. And we had to get him reconnected. Okay. 2 months ago. So Friday night when I said, I know I'm not supposed to bring it up, but I mean, I've been studying this Daniel 10 thing, and I mean, this is the Stargate 10, right, Mike? And he stumbled and stuttered, and then he said, we can't talk about that, but let me tell you what I can do. And yes, he is saying that these principalities, and what the guy saw in the chains, you know, he saw in the River Euphrates, of course the Bible tells us,
Sure.
that these 4 fallen angels are in the River Euphrates, and in the last days, get released. Because of Apollyon, we are in my book Revelation 9:11, that's a shameless plug. But it was in there that's who let him out. He lets them out.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what's war?
we could do an entire conference on this revelation you just gave.
Well, matter of fact, we are. We're gonna.
The sun is not.
Kip, what's good, fam? Hey, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that's what's going on in Iran. They saying that they got a Stargate over there. They said that they opened the Stargate. But I've been seeing a lot of people make content, talk about videos, talking about they got a Stargate. And that's really what's really going on. Like, we're trying to, I guess, get our hands on it, take over it or whatever. I don't know. Y'all. Like, all this stuff is crazy to me. Like, do they got a Stargate over there? Like, do the Stargates really exist? Like, is this really happening? Is they opening up this Stargate like a portal and letting things come in over there? Like, all this shit sounds so crazy. Man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I know one thing, like, we can't rule out some things, you know. I don't feel like nothing's impossible no more. I feel like everything's possible. Like, I don't feel like nothing's impossible. Like, even these crazy, crazy stories that make you think like, yeah, right. Like, I done got to the point where it's like, man, I don't know, you know. Ain't nothing impossible. Like, the craziest shit you would hear, you would think ain't true, and it be true. But I don't know. Like, I gotta see it myself. Like, is there any proof?
The sun is a portal, and it is your entry and exit into this world. That's why Egyptians put the hand at the bottom of the sun rays to say it touched you. And the zodiac signs and the constellations are like a natural GPS to show your soul how to enter and exit this space and how to travel. And that's why the GPS system and satellites actually are hooked up to the space grid. So, yes, all of this shit. And once again, I hate to bring it back up, but this is why I'm telling motherfuckers about that spider.
Hit that like button, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping, man. I think Young Pharaoh, he locked up again, y'all. I think he locked up in Texas right now. Like, something definitely happened to that man. He said it, though. He like, if he ever stopped, you know what I'm saying, teaching and talking about the good stuff, whatever, he compromised. They got him, man. They got him because now he be drinking alcohol and doing all this crazy stuff, and now he locked up. Shit crazy, man.
Mystery buried deep in the hills of eastern Washington keeps resurfacing. A bottomless pit.
Right, boss lady. Boss lady said they cannot misinform me. I really practice common sense. Right. But I mean, watching these videos, that's why I be meaning when I be like, protect your peace, watching these videos and everything. Like, you gotta take all this stuff. Like, we know some of this stuff ain't real. We know some of this stuff is just all talk and everything, but on the same, you gotta question everything. You just gotta question everything, man. You gotta question everything, and you just gotta have that intuition to know, like, some things are real though. Some things that people be talking about and everything, it be real things going on. But you just gotta have some common sense, definitely.
It's said to be a pathway to the paranormal.
For years, there has been whispers of a bottomless pit hidden in the forests of Washington state. These whispers have fascinated and terrified those who dared to believe. Now, decades later, a group of scientists set out to find the truth, using advanced drone technology to explore what lay beneath. What they found was so disturbing that the footage terrified anyone who saw it. What was captured in the depths of Mel's hole? The answer may be more shocking than anyone could have imagined.
And people get it confused with what I call the devil's hole.
The legend of Mel's Hole, a mystery in Washington state. For as long as locals could remember, there had been stories of a strange hole hidden deep in the forests near Ellensburg, Washington. It was a place whispered about in bars and around campfires. It was a bottomless pit that swallowed everything and gave nothing back. Hunters claimed their dogs refused to go near it. Old-timers swore they had tossed junk into it as kids, yet never once heard anything hit the bottom.
It never filled up. Like, excuse me, my bad. Do that mean, like, is this proof that we live on a hollow earth? Because they saying this was like a bottomless hole right here. Like, it went so far. Is that like proof that it might be something going on the inside of us? I mean, the inside of the earth? Like,
but for most people, it was nothing but a legend. That all changed in 1997, when a man named Mel Waters called into the popular late-night radio show, Coast to Coast AM. With a calm certainty, Mel told host Art Bell that he had found the hole on his property and had spent years studying it.
When did you discover this hole?
Well, the hole has always been there. We've been out there for a couple of years now.
His account was unlike anything heard before. Mel claimed the hole was at least 80,000 feet deep, possibly more. So deep that no line, no measuring device had ever reached the bottom. He had lowered fishing lines, weighted with baits and heavy objects, only to find they kept going, and going, and going. Even stranger, he noticed that the temperature near the hole never changed, no matter the season. Snow wouldn't gather around its edge, and animals avoided it like they sensed something unnatural. But the most chilling part? The hole, Mel said, had unnatural properties, things that defied science itself. He shared a terrifying experiment involving a dead dog coming back alive and completely unharmed. The radio audience was captivated. Could Mel's hole be something more than just an ordinary pit? Could it be a portal, a doorway to something beyond human understanding? Yet, despite its fame, no official records or geological surveys confirmed the hole's existence. No maps marked its location. The land, which Mel claimed to own, had no documentation tying it to him. It was as if it had been erased. Even stranger, not long after his interview, Mel disappeared from public life, and his whereabouts are currently unknown. His sudden absence has only added fuel to the growing fire of speculation. If Mel...
So he disappeared. So Mel disappeared. So you know what probably happened. He probably jumped in there trying to see himself. After the whole dog experiment, he said the dog came back alive. Like, what did he do? Throw a dead dog down there? Or? Man, ain't no telling, man. Mel might have jumped in the hole. Like, man, fuck it. I gotta go see for myself. Because he disappeared. Like, ain't nothing else to it. Then he was talking about he been investigating the hole for years and everything. That's crazy work right there. Romel was good, fam.
A lot of y'all, I think a reason why a lot of our ancestors, like, history is like gone is because they went through these Stargates, bro. And we can obviously tell, bro, that this is a Stargate portal. As I like to call it, a Stargate pool. Now, I know what y'all want to say. Y'all want to say that's not a metal Stargate, yada, yada. But I do believe that they was using different type of rocks, yo, to conduct electricity, yo, to open up Stargates. Peep this picture. They was saying most legitimized Stargates was built out of stone, yo. Peep that shit. Look at it. And as y'all can see, these joints is all across the world, y'all. Perfect circles and everything. And look what they look like at nighttime, too. Peep that joint.
Damn.
I'm telling you, yo, they was calling them Stargate pools, though, because you walk into it. You mean, to like a pool type, instead of walking through it, you mean? You can see that shit right there, man. All of these things is taken and missing from our history, yo. That's how I personally feel, you mean? We all know that these Stargates existed, y'all. I'm telling you. Oh my.
They always talk like it takes longer to get into a portal and out of a portal. We just have high-level advanced computers, and in saying that, the portals are always moving, plus or minus or something, but those computers can chase it down, and they know how to get into them. They would send out a void or a vacuum in front of that craft, and then they would chase that vacuum with no restriction. They drive those things with helmets, with thought. Planets like the moon and Mars and all that on the backside is just full of life. Lots of folks up there. The reptilians were pissed because somebody was moving in on their territory, and so they had to kind of step in and set some guidelines. He always overemphasized the fact that the 20 and back is real.
What is that?
It's basically they're gone for 20 years and then they have no memory of it when they get back.
Do you feel like you have a responsibility to share this information to the world?
Yes, I do, because if we can help move humanity forward in a better way, that would help them make a better decision later on in life. If they know the truth, then I think it's very important.
Hey, 20 and back. That kind of connect to what we was talking about yesterday with the when they made the deal with the extraterrestrials, allegedly talking about, yeah, y'all can take some and do experiments on them and everything and all this type of stuff, but when you can bring them back, when you bring them back, just make sure you erase their memory. Like they saying this took place, like we constructed a deal with the non-human extraterrestrials or whatever, where they gave us technology and we gave them, like, they let them adopt some people to do testing and experiments and stuff and everything. And then when he just said the 20 and back, people gone from 20 years, then they come back and everything, could all that be connected? If it's real, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. And I've been hearing a lot of people talking about the back of the moon. Like, it's a lot going on the back of the moon. Like, how do we know? Like what's going on with this back of the moon talk? They talking about people live. It's like civilization up there and all type of shit and everything. Like how do we know?
Down there, you can never find the bottom.
Yeah, that's Ellensburg, Washington. That's so. Do you want me to tell you the story?
Yeah. Do you ever go see this stuff?
No, not really. Because,
why?
Well, I mean, if I debunk a story, why go see it?
Did you debunk that?
How can I tell this? How can I tell you that I haven't told the story yet?
Let's hear it.
All right. Mel Waters buys this property in Ellensburg, like the Manastash Ridge in Washington, in that area. And there's a hole on his property. And he sees that, like, all his neighbors are throwing all kinds of crap into the hole, like old washing machines and all kinds of stuff. They're just using it as a dump. And so he starts doing the same thing. They're all just throwing stuff in the hole. And after a while, he wonders, why does this not fill up? It's very strange. So he goes over there and he's just he can't see the bottom. He can't hear an echo. And he's out there investigating with his dog. And he's looking and he looks, and his dog won't come close. Like, his dog is like, will not come near the hole. And he looks up and birds are flying around it. Like, no, nothing wants to come near this hole. So he wants to figure out how deep this thing goes. And he's a fisherman, so he puts fishing line down there, and he's got 5,000 feet, and he doesn't hit bottom. He does another spool. He's got 10,000 feet. He ties lifesavers on the bottom of it to put it down there to see if they'll come up dissolved. Maybe it's a well. 20,000 feet, 50,000, till he hits about 16 miles of line down, and he doesn't hit the bottom with it. So he
16 miles
16
of line.
miles of line. So
16 or 60?
16.
Jeez.
And he notices that
16
his radios
miles.
are acting weird. When he's out there working, he's listening to his radio, and when his radio is near the hole, there is no such.
That's crazy. 16 miles down the hole. Man, that's fire as hell, man. Stunning Wreck over on Twitch. Salute. Said my hubs watch all your videos on YouTube all the time. I have to go and tell them that you're live on Twitch too. Appreciate you, Stunning Wreck. Yeah, let him know. Appreciate you tapping in too. That's crazy work, man. That hole, Mel's hole, 16 miles down. That shit don't make no sense, dog. Like, and that's a real story. Like that really, I guess that's a real thing. Maybe they just, covered it up and ain't talking about it. It might be something. I seen somebody in the chat said the 3-letter agency got the mail. They probably got him and was questioning about what was going on with the whole whatever. TJ, the TV series Out of Range. Is that Out of Range TV series that's about portals, or what is that about, TJ? I'm gonna have to check it out.
Thing is a rainbow. Rainbows are actually stargates, and this is why they got 12 different rainbows. Because if rainbows existed, it would only be one rainbow, right? But there are 12 different rainbows because these are actually stargates, and these stargates open up in 12 different locations all around our realm, and they cannot hide these different locations, so they rename when they call them moonbows and monochromosome rainbows and fog rainbows and twin rainbows and everything. It's a million different rainbows, right? 12 different to be exact. That's because there are 12 different gateways, right? Understand that these stargates connect us to the Asgard realm, all right? But since they have hijacked the realm and took it over the last 500 years, every time a stargate appears, we are not able to activate it. We can only activate it from our side. As far as Asgardians, they cannot activate the stargate for our plane from their side. It can only be activated from our side, just like they have stargates that allow them to come into up to this plane. But since the RAM has been hijacked, they haven't even been able to use their stargates to come up here as well. So they literally have to literally teleport up onto the surface or travel along the Antarctic ice wall, right? So this is the real truth about rainbows.
That's crazy. So rainbows a portal too. Allegedly. Nudie shoes was good. TJ, I'm gonna check it out, man. Out of Range, you says about Mel's Hole. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I gotta check that out, man. Candy was good.
Yes, there is a portal in the United States. In fact, I suspect there are multiple. But this particular portal is in a highly guarded facility that is used under the US Forest Service cover. There are men with guns who patrol it, and there are witnesses who have seen what are clearly people operating with the knowledge of the US military in civilian clothes, walking into literally a wall.
You know what? You just think about it. Probably where all these portals are located is probably some military presence close around, y'all. So that's another way to think about it. Like I'm pretty sure they got some military presence around some of these portals, probably protecting them or guarding them or whatever, looking over them or whatever. I can almost bet some money that they do.
These witnesses are terrified. They're not about to stick their heads up on TV, but they are happy to talk to people like me. I've spoken to people who have told me about the existence of this portal. I've been to the location. I am aware that it was the subject of extensive study by a team that was operating in the area for some considerable period of time. I'm told that there is technology that is being used to try to deaden the efficacy of the portal to stop things coming out or going through. I know it all sounds like something out of science fiction, but believe me, the United States knows a hell of a lot more about portals and interdimensional technologies than it cares to admit. And at some stage, they're going to have to tell the public the truth. Otherwise, it's all going to come rolling out in an absolutely catastrophic way. What more can I say? The portal or portals that I'm aware of, but believe me, it's an extremely sensitive, highly guarded, secret military facility. Don't try and access there if you're speculating about where it is. You'll get killed.
Damn.
There is a determination by the sections of the national security state that are aware of all of this, to keep it quiet, to hide it from you, the general public. I have no idea why they think they can continue to maintain such a degree of secrecy. It's going to blow up in their face. But I'm very sorry I can't tell you any more right now. I'm certainly causing mischief.
This is the closest portal to Earth. There are some on Earth, lots of portals on Earth directly. Like if you go to Peru alone, you can see those portals that they have shaped like basically doorways on walls that can be activated. So you can go through that. We don't have the technology to do that, but local shamans, and I talked to one of them recently, like a week ago, that told me that they go through those portals because they can activate it through frequencies. Really? But it's a one-way street. They usually don't go all in. They just put their heads through it, and then they can see what's on the other side, and they can feel the energy from it, whatever it is.
And these shamans, I mean, I imagine that they don't have advanced technology. They must be using...
Man, it's crazy work, y'all. Crazy, crazy work. KN, what's good? One thing I can say is, with all this stuff, portals, non-human beings, extraterrestrials, just all the secrets that they try to keep from us and they keep hiding, like one day it's gonna be just undeniable. Shit go hit the fan. And I see why some people saying like they might as well come out and let us know now before it all hit the fan and it'd be even worse. Like, cause just think about it, just imagine like, and this all allegedly, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Even if this stuff is true, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? If it's true or not, whatever. But just think about if it hit the fan one day, like aliens been here this whole time, they've been living among us and everything, and then one day they just like, man, fuck, we finna just show ourselves to everybody, and they just come out somehow, somewhere, and we looking around, these motherfuckers walking around, they everywhere, and we like, oh my God, like, it's gonna be crazy, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these secrets and a lot of this stuff is gonna hit the fan eventually. They can't keep everything a secret forever, so we gonna see, y'all, but take it day by day, protect your peace watching these videos, stay on wave, y'all. Keep that love around, keep that good energy around, keep vibrating those high frequencies in the end somehow, some way. With all this crazy stuff going on, we will win, you feel me? Salute to my content management, moderators, everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the super chats, super stickers, memberships, just all the love, all the engagement. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all y'all. It's your boy Thao, FamOverTV. Peace and love, health and wealth. I'll see y'all real soon. Peace.
FamOver.